What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay coming at y'all with this reaction video. So look, bro, we got the man, the myth, and the legend. WrestleMania. CM Punk rips TK. Wrestlers release. Bloodline. WWE title split. And wrestling news. Let's check it out.
What's going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of
WrestleMania's over here, bro. WrestleMania's almost here.
CM Punk's pipe bomb interview calling Tony Khan a clown. Is Damian Priest the dumbest wrestler ever? The Hardys talk a return at WrestleMania.
Hardys?
Wrestlers get released. Roman Reigns' botch, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out any videos on WrestleMania XL. Now, as always, we'll recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Uncle Rock speaks gospel. The Rock delivered another sizzling promo as he ran some victory laps for savaging Cody Rhodes on last week's show. The WWE then aired video of a young children crying at the sight of Cody getting beat up, with one kid even thinking Rhodes was dead. The final boss could have reveled in the kid's dismay, but he took the high ground, explaining to the kids why he had to beat up Cody. Uncle Rock gave kids a life lesson by telling them that sometimes a man has to do what a man has to do, especially when people stick their nose in business that doesn't concern them. The promo was an instant classic that showed just how versatile The Rock is at navigating his act as a heel and a 3-time daughter dad. Number 2, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, Rocky montage. Training montages have their place in wrestling, and last night's dramatic segment featuring Chad Gable breaking Sami Zayn down physically and mentally to make him stronger was fantastic. The parallels with the film series Rocky are obvious, but they weren't a blatant rip-off, and the montage played perfectly into Sami's match where Gunther attacked him and Zayn refused to stay down, giving fans every reason to believe Sami will win, just like Philadelphia's fictional native son.
Bro, Sami
Rocky
beating
Balboa.
Gunther is crazy, though.
Fantastic build for WrestleMania. Raw has been hitting home runs for the last month as it's prepared fans for WrestleMania, building anticipation while providing 3 solid hours of entertainment. Last night was no exception as the WWE developed its undercard
Ricochet,
but provided plenty of time for its major matches. Number 4, Candice Indy's storyline intrigue. The question of whether Candice LeRae is a full-fledged heel has been answered, but what to make of Indy Hartwell? This intriguing question wasn't answered last night as the WWE left things ambiguous after Indy took her eye off the ball, or in her case, opponents Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree to criticize LeRae for cheating. This led to Indy losing the match and Candice verbally blasting her. However, the WWE left things ambiguous as Indy wasn't thrilled by a loss, and the WWE suggested she may have second thoughts about walking the straight and narrow. Number 5, amazing Ricochet Ivar match.
There was, that's what I just said.
To be thrilled by his recent push, and last night's match
Ricochet's going crazy. Look at that, bro. Picking up a 500-pound dude.
The only downside is that Ivar deserves a push too, as he's been on fire since his run. Ivar is too good to be counting the lights this often. Number 6, Drew never disappoints.
Yes, he does.
McIntyre's funeral home vignette was fantastic as a deadly serious Drew explained CM Punk's latest failings and told fans Seth Cringe Lord Rollins has a much-deserved beating coming to him at WrestleMania. McIntyre has been great as a snappy
I can't wait for them to bury this man
last night, and the vignette was just what was needed for the last leg of the road to WrestleMania. He even dropped some funny tweets, including, "Look into my eyes, what do you see? CM Punk has no match in Philly." Do you think Drew will deliver the goods this Sunday when he faces Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship?
I hope he loses, bro.
Let us know in the comments down below. And predictable but exciting ending. Cody Rhodes' run-in on The Rock was no surprise, unless you started watching wrestling last week, but it still provided an exciting ending to Raw as the heels beat down the babyfaces, casting doubt on how they'll fare this Saturday. This was exactly the move the WWE needed to close out the show, and while it was predictable, it played out perfectly. That was the good. One about the bad is number 1, Damage Control damaged on Raw. Damage Control is a fantastic faction, but they need to stay off Raw. It seems as if every time they show up, they're eclipsed by other female talent or they're presented as inferior to Raw stars. It doesn't help that Damage Control is limited on the mic without Bayley, so why expose their weaknesses? Their appearance last night did nothing to help them. That was nothing downright ugly as Raw provided the perfect send-off to WrestleMania. What did you guys think of the Red Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news.
The news, come on.
At first, we looked at CM Punk's
We watched this whole interview, y'all, by the way, or I watched it.
Ariel Helwani recently interviewed CM Punk in a no-holds-barred interview, and CM Punk had lots to say, so much so that you might call this a pipe bomb interview. So let's hear some of the highlights from Punk. The former AEW World Champion told Helwani that the day he left AEW, he told AEW President Tony Khan, "This place AEW is an effing joke. "You're a clown."
I
Certainly
quit.
some strong words, but Punk also blasted AEW's business practices, insinuating the company isn't sustainable and that it seems more focused on having good matches than selling tickets.
Right.
Punk also said Tony isn't a boss, he's a nice guy, which hurts AEW. While Punk said that there's nothing wrong with wanting good matches, AEW can't make money. He admitted it'll be around as long
Bro, this guy
as
looks like a
Tony Khan
nerd,
helps
bro.
pumping
Look at
money
him.
into it. Punk also said, "If you're more than happy with some goof saying you had a 5-star match and the building is a quarter full, then we're not in the same business." When the topic of AJ Lee returning to the ring came up, Punk said probably not. Punk even mentioned that working in the WWE without Vince, claiming he'd never be allowed on WWE TV with his grey beard. He also said he came close to returning in WWE in 2021. He said that Tony Khan convinced him to stay in AEW when he told him he could work on Collision, and it was basically Punk's show. CM Punk had been unable to wrestle since he injured his arm at the Royal Rumble, but as Punk has repeatedly said, his mouth still works fine, and there's no telling what other comments he has in store for Tony Khan and AEW. What was the reaction backstage in WWE and AEW? Well, Ringside News is reporting on some of the reactions in both companies concerning CM Punk's interview. The news site is reporting numerous members of the AEW roster expressed support for the company, with one talent emphasizing that their tweets were more than about backing the company rather than taking sides in the dispute. Despite personal allegiances, some individuals hope the interview marks the end of the matter until potential reconciliations occur in the future. Given AEW's policy of regulating its wrestlers' social media comments, it seems doubtful anyone would express support for Punk online. As for the reaction in WWE reactions among talent varied. While some anticipated Punk addressing AEW-related questions, despite NDAs in place, others hoped the attention would shift to wrestling matters by the weekend. As CM Punk is an outspoken individual who spent years complaining about his experiences in the WWE following his 2011 exit. It seems unlikely he'll stop anytime soon, though. Next up, wrestlers released.
Now, what does this
Speaking
mean?
of AEW, Sean Ross Sapp is reporting that AEW's released the following talent: The Boys, Dasher, Jose the Assistant, Jura Joel,
Hardy
Anthony
Boys?
Henry, Gravity, Stu Grayson, Parker Boudreaux, and Slim J. Now, if you're asking who most of these individuals are, you're probably not alone. Next up, Leah Maivia is joining the 2024 Hall of Fame class. Congrats to wrestling promoter Leah Maivia for her upcoming induction into the 2024 Hall of Fame. The Rock announced the induction via an Instagram video telling the WWE Universe. Leah Maivia took over the NWA territory in Hawaii after the tragic passing of her husband, High Chief Peter Maivia, just one of many of her contributions to the wrestling industry. But in other Hall of Fame news, it was also announced on Raw that Roman Reigns will induct Paul Heyman into this year's class. Next up, WWE splitting tag titles at Mania. Could the WWE Universe finally see the Undisputed Tag Team Championship split back into the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships? The WWE set things up for this during Raw when Michael Cole mentioned the rules for Saturday's six-pack ladder match, with WrestleTalk noting, Michael Cole just announced that both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles will be on the line in the WrestleMania ladder match. And once one set of the belts has been pulled down, the match continues until the other set has been pulled down too. Sounds like they could be being separated. Plus, it's possible that two different teams could walk out with the Tag Team Championship gold. It's also possible that one team could capture both sets of belts. Many fans have been asking for the WWE to split the titles back up due to the many quality tag teams competing right now. Do you think they should be unified or split? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Hardy's WrestleMania return. Could the WWE Universe get a repeat of WrestleMania 33 when Matt and Jeff Hardy not only returned to WWE, but competed in a fatal 4-way ladder match for the Raw Tag Team Championship and won the belt? Well, Matt Hardy recently spoke with Chris Van Vliet, mentioning, "It's great that people think that Jeff and I could make another surprise appearance at WrestleMania. That makes me happy and it makes people excited. If you hear someone talk about a ladder match, are they going to show up? That's great. So I don't know. It's pro wrestling, and in pro wrestling, never say never." Now, it's believed Jeff still has time on his AEW contract due to the time he missed due to injury, but it's always possible he can negotiate a release. Next up, what was he thinking? Is Damian Priest the dumbest wrestler ever? Well, Humble Wrestling recently sparked a debate after it tweeted, "In kayfabe, Damian Priest is the stupidest wrestler of all time." Now, the tweet referenced El Senor Money in the Bank's latest failure to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Seth Rollins when Rollins was beat down by an opponent. Some fans think it paints Priest in a bad light as he apparently missed another opportunity to become world champion. It should go without saying that Priest isn't going to cash in the briefcase, defeat Rollins, and spoil Drew McIntyre's much hyped title shot against Seth at WrestleMania. As far as exploring Priest's kayfabe reason for not cashing in, he had no guarantee that the Bloodline wouldn't let him cash in the briefcase during their beatdown on Seth on Raw. There's also a better opportunity at WrestleMania for Priest to cash in, as it's likely the winners of the Seth and Drew match and Roman vs Cody will both beat up and be easy pickings for a cash-in. And finally, Roman Reigns' botch on Raw. Last but not least, last night's epic brawl between Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins also featured an epic fail, as Roman Reigns tripped over a piece of
he tripped over
during his attack on Seth Rollins.
It played smooth though.
The pro he is, the Tribal Chief got right back up and continued pummeling Rollins. But there you have it, folks.
He played that off smooth, I ain't gonna
as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Wrestling content. Anyways, y'all, that's pretty much the update. You know what I'm saying? Till WrestleMania comes, it's gonna be crazy, bro. We got one more SmackDown, and then we on to the big show, bro. And not the big show, I mean, but I'm talking about like the big show. No pun intended. But look, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.